My prediction in past couple of videos and live streams was that Devon is not going to Baku because he wants his revenge. My prediction was the Baku event is available, the venue is available, but Devon is not going there because he wants his revenge. And I also said that Robert Baxter is actively trying to convince Devon to go to Baku. And I think all of these predictions are in fact true. Let's take a look at what the Baku guy that people don't seem to be liking too much these days. Let's see what he really had to say about this situation. His most recent post. And I know you can say that, Pradeep, you cannot quote the Bible or Quran or Gita to prove that what's written in the Bible or Quran or Gita is true. And that is correct. I cannot do that. But that's the only available information that we have as of now. So with same logic, you might be saying that if we don't trust the Baku guy, then how will we trust the information that he's providing right now? It's just the same guy all over again. But the thing is that Robert Baxter is also not coming out and Dexter Tan is also not coming out. They haven't said once that whatever the Baku guy is saying is not true. Nobody has said that. If he was spreading misinformation, then these people will try to stop that. They'll inform the fans that whatever he's saying is not true. Don't listen to the guy. But guess what they haven't done? They haven't said that to anyone. They haven't told us that he's spreading misinformation. So there's that. So this was his post. Robert just informed me, and by the way, I've already recorded a video about that, but that will be uploaded in like 7 hours from now. My brother will edit it when he wakes up at like 6 a.m. Robert just informed me that he will organize Baku only if Devon is on board to pull Vitali. Once again, 140 nights. I didn't understand this part. Maybe he was trying to write something else. What does 140 night mean here? Of free hotel room. Why would they want to stay for half a year? Free competition venue and sponsorship money are ready for Baku event. I mean, guys, I'm not sure why this guy is getting a lot of hate, but these are things that you cannot lie about. You cannot say that hotel is available for free, venue is available for free, sponsorship money is available. What if tomorrow Robert convinces Devon and says, okay, we are coming? So then what this guy is going to say? Is he going to just say, nope, we don't have anything? I was just lying, go back, cancel all the flight tickets. You simply cannot, like even one of the biggest liars in the world cannot lie about these things. So I'm not sure why people have that much faith and trust problem these days with everyone. So he's saying that these things are waiting, they are ready for the Baku event, the hotel room, competition, and the sponsorship money for the Devon versus Vitali match. Come on, Devon, pull Vitali. 20 other athletes can't compete because you don't want to compete against Vitali in Baku. What's up with this thing? Is he the one who's sharing it with these? Why hasn't he tagged anyone from the West? Like, why hasn't he tagged Robert Baxter or East versus West or Devon or Dexter? Like, what is wrong with this Elmer guy? Come on, bro. Why are you tagging only the European arm wrestlers? But this is what Devon wanted to see. That's my prediction. And I think I've been right with almost all of the predictions around this controversial subject so far. 20 other athletes can't compete because you don't want to compete against Vitali. That is exactly what Devon wanted. That was his plan altogether. And I'm happy for Devon. When these guys quit, before somebody says, I'm just supporting the Eastern side, no, you might want to change your thinking depending on where I'm going at what time in this live stream. You may change the perception of who I am supporting maybe 2-3 times in this live stream. So because I'm trying to support everyone and yet I'm not trying to support anyone in particular. That's my prediction, that Devon wanted to hear this. He wanted his revenge and he got it. When the Eastern athletes quit quoting that we are quitting because of that one cheater, that one guy from Canada, he's ruining our sport. What is Devon going to feel? Of course, he's going to seek revenge. And I support him for that. Devon, if you're hearing this, if that is what you wanted, to take their paycheck away from them because they were blaming you, they were saying that we are quitting because of you. We want to burn the league down, as per Kalinichenko's words. We'll let the league burn down into blue flames. The blue flames, science students must know the red flame is a little bit less hot. Yellow has the least temperature, then red, then blue, the highest temperature flame. So if they are saying that, then yeah, good. I'm happy. I'm happy Devon taught them a lesson. I'm happy they're not getting a paycheck. I'm happy they're not going to get whatever they were planning to get with that paycheck. The paycheck that Zaur and Kamil was going to get when they when they were going to compete against each other. You quit because of silly reasons like that, then you deserve this. You had this coming, my friend. I'm really happy to hear this news. If Devon is behind all of this, if he ate all of those guys' paychecks, it's good. They needed that lesson. Devon is definitely not going in August. Like, he shouldn't go. I'm supporting Devon now. Don't go to Baku, Devon. I'm supporting you. That's why Kamil deleted that video. He requested, he realized that the pressure that we are trying to put on Devon and Robert Baxter to kind of have them bow down in front of us, and they'll still come here and we'll still get our paychecks. That kind of worked out. It kind of destroyed the league. The Shaw Classic event isn't as good as it would have been if Vitaly got the visa. So they had a little bit success. But now they've realized that they are also not getting any paycheck. Yes, they can destroy the league, but they cannot help themselves with that. They can ruin others' lives, but they cannot fulfill their own lives. They cannot get their paycheck, their matches. So this is the reason why all of this is happening. That's the exact reason. You blame Devon for nonsense reasons, and Devon is going to take his revenge. And that's exactly what he's doing. No shit, he got his revenge. There literally cannot be a successful event without him. I mean, there can be. If I've said this before, if 2 of these 4 guys are competing, the event can be successful. Levan Saginashvili, then we have Hermes Gasparini, then we have Vitaly Laletin, Denis Siplankov. If 2 of these 4 guys are competing, the event is successful. It's already successful. It's going to sell a lot of pay-per-views. Even if 1 is competing out of these 4, then still maybe it can break even. Maybe not profitable, but it can break even. Now they recognize that Devon. So how many people trust this information now that came from the Baku guy, that Robert Baxter told him that there is no Baku event if Devon does not go there? And do you support Devon on this? Do you support Devon not going to Baku to teach the European arm wrestlers who quit trying to support Engin Terzi, to teach them a lesson that your paycheck is gone. You blame me, you try to ruin the league, you try to backstab the league, it's gone. Because all of the things that they were blaming Devon for, they were complaining about Devon, all of that happened when Engin was in charge. So how can you now say that since Engin is not in charge, now this is going to happen, that's why we are quitting? No. That was already happening. So if Engin couldn't stop it, now maybe you can say that all of the things that were happening before are going to even exponentially multiply now. But still, it's not a valid reason. Pradeep's flops on his opinion of Devon like a fish. No, I am just giving you valuable information. Whenever someone says 10 things, you can dissect my words like that too. Whatever I'm saying, maybe 7 of those 10 things make sense. Then as a responsible and a smart person, you'll support those 7 things and then you'll criticize the remaining 3. That's exactly what I'm doing. If Devon has said 7 things, out of them 10 things, out of them 7 are right, I support them and I criticize the remaining 3 things as per the best of my understanding. And that's exactly what I did with Engin Terzi, with all of the European arm wrestlers, with everyone. So no, I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just discussing everything. Destroying the league and flip-flopping is better in this case. It means that you can see the flaws in a person too. You're not such a blind fanboy of someone that you can only see the positive side. Or you're not such a hater of someone that you can only see their negative side. So I think you are unintentionally, subconsciously complimenting me and not criticizing me here. Do you just have an argument? No, I had no argument with Kamil. Not at all. They are under contract. Not all of them. Very few of them. I know they are losing a fan right here. Too much whining from grown men. Yeah, I agree. And can't blame the East. They can't even speak the language and they're being asked to make a decision right now. Makes no sense. No, brother, I don't agree with this part. What does speaking a language have with making a decision? I don't think those two things are related. You're full of shit, bro. You were against Devon before, changed your opinion pretty fast. I can show you maybe in past 1 month 10 videos where I've supported Devon. What are you going to do? Are you going to make a public video apologizing to me if I can show you that many videos supporting Devon before this? Or you can do that yourself. Just go back and before the stream ends, you may have watched all of the videos. And you can come here and let people know. Or maybe you don't even need to do that. Someone in the chat will explain that to you. I would hazard this controversy has costed the league fans and pay-per-view sales. Definitely. It has costed them. Maybe not fans, but definitely sponsors, potential sponsors. Not that sponsors don't like controversies, but sponsors don't like contracted athletes running away from the league, threatening and successfully threatening not to compete anywhere. That's what the sponsors don't like. And that's what also the fans don't like. Late here, has Vitali finally stepped up and confirmed he's coming to Shaw Classic? Nope, he hasn't. The match is not going to happen as far as I understand, as far as I've done my research on this subject. I don't think the match is going to happen. But I think Devon got his revenge. He proved that without him, there is no Baku event. And that's the only reason. I think even initially, those could have been some reasons. But I think even Devon was just trying to hide his intentions behind those reasons that Baku was not really confirmed. And because now it is confirmed and he's still not going there. Before the Kordecha match was confirmed, Baku was confirmed. But he still decided to go on with the Kordecha right arm match. So that's the reason. And I believe that we already got 2 super chats. I'll get to them. Thank you. And the other reason was he has promised to Brian Shaw that he won't be competing anywhere. Like, why would he promise that to Brian Shaw? Come on, man. And then he himself said that Brian was cool with it. I can compete anywhere I want. So those 2 reasons weren't really valid. Devon was just trying to hide his true intentions, that he wants to take revenge from the European athletes, blaming him for nonsensical reasons, blaming him for changing rules. I change the rules. Fans change the rules. Who doesn't want to change the rules? I mean, come on, man. It's up to the organizers. The same thing with the referees. Don't blame Devon for cheating. Blame the referees. Blame yourself, because the fans will complain if the match ends on fouls. That's why the referees cannot be strict. The fans will say, we paid for the pay-per-view. Now, why did you end it on fouls? We wanted to see the match end with a pin, not with a foul. That's why they're not strict. So don't blame Devon for cheating. Blame yourself. And don't blame Devon for manipulating the rules or changing the rules to his benefit. Blame Robert Baxter. Blame Engin Terzi. Whoever is in control. Blame them, not Devon. Why wouldn't Devon want to change the rules as per his liking? Everyone does that. Everyone should do that. It's up to the promoters to shut them off. Exactly, Jody. This shit has just got to stop. Pack it up, professionals, and move forward. Who Jody? Jody Williams is in the house? J.R. Williams? Now, this is the Great Arm Wrestling SCHISM. I've never heard that word. J.R. Williams, in every single live stream, he teaches me a new word for sure. That threatens to set us back in 2020. Devon needs to stop posting incendiary 60-second clips and stay silent so this can blow over. Plymouth Shag Mivili. What is this? NOK. Is this Swedish currency? 25. Thank you. Please, can I come visit India and train and discotheque? What does that mean, bro? Of course you can come. Who am I to tell you if you can come here or not? Or you're asking me that you want to arm wrestle with me, join me. Another $10 super chat from Justy Cares. Thank you, sir. I'm reading the first one. I told you 2 days ago, didn't I, my friend? I'm not sure what you said. Yeah, in the super chat you did say that Devon was teaching them a lesson. Yes. And And I agreed. I totally agreed. Devon was teaching them a lesson, and we ain't seeing Vitali versus Devon just because he's choosing pride over reason. Where is the arm wrestling background? Where is the AI arm wrestling background? Man, I forgot today again. I was already 4 minutes late. I came home at like 10 p.m. Then recorded a video, but I was free all day. I should have done it already, man. Apologies again, but I don't think the background looks terrible. Come on, man. It looks still looks a little professional. I can try to work out. I can, but without green screen, it will be like all blurry and weird. There is an option to set the background even without the green screen. Let's try that. But see, that will be the problem. When green screen is there, this problem will be gone. So, or I can blur it if you want, but still this doesn't look cool. So we'll switch it back to normal. So yes, brother, you were right, and I don't disagree with this. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of hurting arm wrestling a little bit, but it is needed. I honestly I didn't like it when the European arm wrestlers quit. Like the biggest reason for that, for me not enjoying that was they don't care about the fans. They literally told us that we don't care about you fans. We know you want to see us compete, but we won't, because for us teaching Devon a lesson is more important than giving what you fans want. So that's what they tried to do. So I didn't like that. That's why I'm supporting Devon on this. Yep. Don't go there. Take their paycheck home. Don't let them ask you. Let them request you more. Ask Kamil to re-upload that video where he requested Devon to go to Baku so that those guys can get a paycheck. And then your second super chat, brother. $20. Thank you so much. Devon can and will beat Vitali. He shouldn't be doing this at all. He should go to Baku and put an end to this legendary match once and for all. Him refusing to go proves whatever they are saying. Okay. I don't really agree with this point. As I said, maybe I agree with this point because I did say that maybe it is harming arm wrestling a little bit. But in the short term, in November, the match is going to happen anyways. In Switzerland or wherever it is, the October or November event, whatever it is, the match will happen then. It is inevitable. And I think Devon will still beat Vitali. But now it's important, man. Now it's important. So, because that doesn't make sense, bro. If you quit saying that we are quitting because of Devon, because Devon is in charge, and next day you are uploading videos asking Devon to go there, you're requesting him to come there so that they can also have a match, you quit because of that guy. And now you're inviting him to compete with you in the same event. Does not make any sense. You explain it to me, brother. If you quit because of Devon, because you don't like Devon, the way he behaves, would you then next day come online and ask Devon to join you, to have a match with you? Not with you, but to have a match on the same card? No, does not make any sense. Why are you supporting Devon? Are you in pleasing mode of Devon? No, one thing I've realized in this life, I cannot please any fan. Today, these fans will hate me. Tomorrow, those fans will hate me. Ozzy and Pradeep should write a joint book on how to assert speculations and make them absolute truths. Yes. Speculations. Those were speculations that Devon can go there. The Baku venue is in fact ready. And Devon isn't going there because he wants to teach them a lesson. And the fourth speculation was Robert Baxter is actively trying to convince Devon to go to Baku. All of these came out to be true. All of them. So your word doesn't matter. I'm not sure Robert Crane who you are talking with here. Not sure, but it was his last video with an overlay of Devon talking in the background, giving Engin compliments. Obviously an old recording, yes. Devon drove Engin crazy with his antics. Yo, Pradeep. Blame Engin. Auto-tune, stop liar. No one is asking questions. Who is auto-tune? I'm way behind in the chat. 20 here, and what's the actual time? 24. 4 minutes behind, but I've skipped a lot. $10 equals to 800 rupees. Yes, I'm rich. You know what I can buy here in India with $10? Maybe I'll think about it. Any Indians, let me know in the chat what I can buy with that kind of money. I already have like 20. Denick has the most potential in his weight category, yes. The cloud chasing was East versus West tagging onto the event. But the only thing that I didn't like about this Baku guy, he has only tagged, he's talking about Robert Baxter. Let me share the screen again with you. I've closed the photo, but I'll open it again, not a problem. So the only thing I didn't like about this guy, and what is he doing, man? In fact, it's making me kind of angry, not just not liking it. It's pissing me off. Tell me if this pisses you off as well. So take a look at this thing. He has tagged, I hope he's the one who has tagged that. I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong with this thing. Kalina, Jacob Prudnik, Vitali, Laletin, Georgi Svetkov, Morozov, Levan Saginashvili, Hermes Gasparini, Ivan Metushenko, Georgi Totiev, Oleg Petrenko. Georgi Totiev wasn't even competing there, was he? No, I don't think so. Petrenko, Dadikian, Rustam Babayev, Kamil, Nogzare Shikadze, Nogo Shikadze, Penzer Shedis, Sandre Shedis, and Pezulaev Zaur. Not even one Western guy. So tell me, you're talking about who? You're talking about Robert Baxter. You're talking about Devon Larratt. You're requesting Devon to go to Baku. And you haven't even tagged these two. Come on, man. What kind of ridiculous post is this? But I don't disagree with the post. I don't disagree. Or maybe they've blocked him. Maybe Devon has blocked the Baku guy. Is that the case? I don't think so. Which Indian arm wrestler has the most potential? Potential? Man, difficult question. Difficult. Siddhant Khaturiya. I like his top role. He's built well for a 90 kg arm wrestler. He's doing well. You're licking their ass just because Engin didn't want to work with you for the promotion because you have no skills. Sorry, you are totally wrong with this, brother. Engin invited me multiple times to work with the promotion. In fact, Engin implemented half of the things that I suggested him into the promotion. When East versus West, when we were doing live commentaries, I hurt my own business trying to support East versus West Engin Terzi. You may have seen that East versus West started to do those during event live streams where the event is going on, but then at the same time East versus West YouTube channel is live where Roman Gamtenadze or someone else is having the camera talking with a bunch of athletes, showing behind the scenes, recording John Brzezink's reaction watching Jerry compete or watching Devon compete. You all have seen those videos. My live commentary got like 500 views and that thing got like 2500 views. 4 or 5 times my live stream. Can you guess whose idea was that? Can you guess who suggested to Engin that there can be something like that done? So that people don't go to the pirate live stream, so that people don't go to our live commentary streams that I am doing, that Aussie Arm Wrestler is doing, that Ryan Bowen was doing at that time. Can anyone take a guess whose idea was that? Go and ask Engin Terzi whose idea was that. He wanted me to go there and to do the same thing, but I didn't go there. I couldn't go there because I couldn't get visa. And then somebody else was doing that job. So no. And ask Engin like how easy and how pleasant it was for him to work with me. We didn't stop working because I had some skill issues. We stopped working because Engin didn't like some of the opinions that I shared on my own channel. Not on his channel, on my own channel. So no, it's not a skill issue. East versus West has such golden content, such awesome content. I was generating $2,000 from that channel when it had like 11,000 subscribers. What are you talking about? And I'm not sure if they're making that much money from the channel now when it has 200,000 subscribers. Pradeep, invite Aussie or Paulin or something. I'm not sure Aussie is going to come. He's such a diva. He might get intimidated by me, so I don't think he's going to join. Baku guy is a scammer. He's fishy. Someone must have gang up with him. Engin picked a shitty country because they know Western guys aren't going to a country being threatened by Russia. it was a middle finger to Robert and Devon, knowing Euros would just blindly go. That's interesting. So maybe it was Engin's conspiracy theory all along. So Baku was cancelled for August 2nd, but it was never confirmed. Does that make sense? Who said it was not confirmed? The guy was saying that it is ready, it is confirmed for August 2nd, it's available. But then since they were not going there, then Robert asked, why did he shift the date to 30th of August? Because Robert Baxter asked him. That was also one of my predictions back when this was announced. When he said a week or so ago that now it can happen on 30th of August if Devon is ready. Even then I made a prediction that Robert Baxter is asking for that time to somehow convince Devon Larratt to go to Baku. That's exactly what it was. And he still couldn't. He still couldn't convince him. Engin couldn't control Pradeep. Yeah. He did tell that to me. Engin did say that, Pradeep, I know one thing about you, that you won't kiss anybody's abs as to please anyone. You never did that with me. You never did that with Devon. That's why I can trust you with some information, which I'm obviously not going to share here. That conversation we had maybe 7 or 10 days ago. So even Engin agrees that even he cannot control me. Is Abhas Rana natural? I personally doubt that. If you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have definitely said yes. But I cannot say the same now. It was Pradeep's idea. Why did they stop doing it, by the way? Hurting some channels? I don't know. Now maybe the new... When did they stop it? I don't even know about that. So I don't want to say since Robert bought it, that's why they stopped doing it. And tell me, you guys tell me, the East versus West official channel live stream during the match, getting the fans' reaction from the stadium, getting the athletes' reaction, because the athletes also watch almost all of the matches. They don't watch 2-3 matches before their match and maybe one match after their match. They watch all other matches. So getting their reaction live. I personally never watched any of those live streams because obviously I'm also doing my commentary at that same time. But I'm assuming it must have been awesome. So tell me if it was a good idea or not. And tell me if it did put some break on the live stream commentaries or not. Because it was directly hurting our viewers. Our views. If I'm getting 500, I would have gotten 1,000 if East versus West was not going live. So I'm even willing to suggest things for the betterment of the league that are going to hurt my own channel. I'm even willing to do that. Do you have beef with Aussie? Nah, not really. Not really. Jaya Williams. Do we even know where the next East versus West event will be? You can consider this East versus West event. It is East versus West 19, the Shaw Classic event. But if we're talking about the event after that, I think Switzerland is the place. I think November, September, October. I think it's November. Or maybe before that. And thanks for being a member for a long time, brother. Over 400 people watching. 400 people are interested in Devon getting his revenge against the European guys. So just to recap, all of which, what I said, few predictions, I think they have come true. Maybe some people can still doubt because they can still say that if we don't trust the Baku guy, then the Elmar guy, then why are we going to trust him, what he's saying right now? But my thing is, if he's publicly saying that Robert Baxter told him this, then I think Robert Baxter will come out on his East versus West channel. If the information wasn't true, he'll make a community post saying that, no, a particular person is saying this and this about us. We never had that conversation. Any official information will be coming only from East versus West channel. But no, they're not doing that because he isn't lying. Because he isn't lying. The Baku guy is not lying. I can tell you that. Maybe there are some secret conspiracy theories, as somebody was mentioning, that Engin knew all along that they won't be going to Baku. It's not possible. Maybe that's why he confirmed the venue there. But is it Engin Terzi who confirms the venue? Is it? Because the 5 lanes which Engin mentioned, deciding a venue isn't one of them. So whose responsibility was it to confirm the venue? Robert Baxter. Why did he decide to have an event there? Maybe Engin convinced him, but ultimately it was his decision. Maybe Engin convinced him that he can make his job. You know, Engin was talking about this. He was saying that I even helped them with some things which were out of my lane. So maybe he was talking about setting up a venue. He was talking about setting up a venue in Azerbaijan, Baku. Maybe that was his plan all along, to maybe screw them. He knew that athletes won't be going there or something like that. But no, visa issue is not there. But people are saying that Russia is threatening Azerbaijan. That's why it's not safe. Maybe that's a point. Pradeep, you must be grateful that you have haters who will. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't know why people take these things personally. Why people get bothered by the haters? Views count, man. Hate on me. Comment. I'm not blocking or deleting any comments. Even though I've also blocked some of the guys in the past, I haven't blocked anyone in like last maybe 2 years. But there was a guy, Josh Rowe. I still remember his name. He has been blocked for like maybe a couple of years now. I saw that he was posting a lot of negative comment, a lot of negative shit as soon as the video was being uploaded. So that was a problem because clearly you have not watched the video. So you have no right to comment about how ridiculous the video is. So clearly you're just lying. And sometimes what happens is that when the first comment is a negative one and that's the only one people see, some other guys who also may not like the content very much, but they're still watching because those are mostly the ones who watch right when the video is uploaded. They start putting thumbs up and then somehow a neutral viewer thinks that, man, this is a hateful comment and it has like 20 likes already, 12 likes already in 30 minutes. What's going on? Maybe he did something wrong. So I don't want that people to have that perception. So don't like who comment that the video was absolute shit without even watching the video. Like 8-minute video and he's commenting in the first 2 minutes. Devon versus Vitali will happen. If not in Baku, then next East or West for sure. Yes, there is. That is the comment. That is what's going to happen. Engin is responsible for Turkey venue. Yeah. I don't care where the match happens. As long as it happens this year. So both of them are still going to stay in their prime. It's not like someone is getting too old that they're going to be so weak when the match happens. As long as it happens this year, I think it's fine. We all are still going to enjoy it. Yes, Alexander. Okay. Deep in Pradeep. Apparently, Devon blocked Eternal Arm Grip. Bro, I blocked Eternal Arm Grip. And then I unblocked him. I told him, bro, please stop messaging me. You are bothering me too much. You're sending me 10 messages. He was telling me if you don't behave the way I want you to behave, your channel is going to get deleted. And I was like, bro, please delete that channel, but don't bother me. Every day he was trying to threaten me that if I keep on supporting Devon, my channel is going to get deleted. I was like, bro, please try that. Please try. I request you, I beg you to try that. Delete my channel. And I even told him, stop that or I'll have to block you. I cannot be bothered with 10 threatening messages from you every single day that I must support Engin Terzi on this. I cannot do that. And I was like, then he didn't stop. And then I blocked him for a couple of days. Restricted. There's an option to restrict somebody's account. I don't know what that means. Then I unrestricted him. So since then he has only sent me one reel, which I also haven't watched yet. One story, I think it was. I don't know what it was. Pradeep, can you salute your fans in Lima, Peru, please? Especially the Monster Club, the Lima, Peru arm wrestling news fans. Thank you for supporting the channel. Train. Now go train in your arm wrestling gym. Man, I wish I could also train. I will train. Don't be a crybaby. Me? No. I hope you're talking with someone else. I think so. LL has gifted one arm wrestling news channel membership. Bro, you're not a member yourself. Why didn't you become a member yourself first? Isn't it weird? Who got the membership? Who got the membership? Nobody has claimed the membership until... Okay. Roy 7 EVN. He got the membership. Pradeep, you got thick skin. It's true. Unlike Engin's old ass. Everyone should have thick skin on social media. I was suggesting this to Engin Terzi remember 3.5 years ago when the events just started. Engin was so mad. So East versus West 4 is over. Engin is live and he's like just breaking down, just tearing shit up in his live stream. And that was a common theme after every single live. And I was like, bro, why do you need to go live right after the event? Engin, if you guys, some of the OGs may remember, 3 years ago, Engin always used to go live right after the event. And I was like, bro, just record your response, record a video and upload it. Don't go live. You're always getting mad and always deleting them. Mohinder Singh, lightning bolt with $5 super chat. Good work, Pradeep. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I haven't seen your videos in a very long time, Mohinder. Eternal arm grip on Engin's cock. Eternal arm grip guy, man, he's a weird dude. Baku dude called me trying to sell me curry. Probably Engin sends people to other people's channels to be haters. Turkey events were the best. Yeah, they should have stayed in Istanbul for maybe one more year. And because the new organization, they still needed to figure out how stuff works. So having events one more year for in Istanbul only, that would have been better for them. Devon destroys Larratt easily 6-0. Larratt is overrated. He was overrated. He was the most overrated arm wrestler in the history of arm wrestling. Can you imagine, since 2018 until the day he lost to Dave Chaffee, he was ranked number 2 in the world. So 2018 to 2022 it was when he lost to Dave, or was it 21? Whatever it was. For like these 3-4 years, he was ranked number 2 in the world, and he clearly wasn't. So he was overrated. Who else was overrated? A lot, massively overrated. Evgeny Prudnik, he was ranked like number 6 in the world for almost 3-4 years, since the top 8 days. He clearly wasn't number 6. He never defeated anyone in top 10 ever, even now. He defeated Morozov, but Morozov wasn't top 10 then. So without even defeating, forget top 10, I don't think he defeated anyone like in top 15 in the world. And he was ranked number 6 somehow. What with the thumbnail and name, what is going on? So I'll probably need to do a recap again. I promise you he's not, I'm not sure who we are talking about here. Vitaly is better since his loss to Dave. Yes, he is. A lot better, in fact. Thinking that is a big mistake. I'm not sure what you are saying, brother. I didn't read your older messages. Everyone is responding to Auto F-Tune, but I'm yet to see his... Yeah, fair enough. I saw his first comment. I don't have an issue with Brian. You shouldn't have any issue with anyone. Have issues with their ideology, whatever they are saying. Like, I don't have any direct issue with any European arm wrestlers, but I have the issue with the concept of them joining forces to threaten East versus West. I don't like that idea as a whole. What with the thumbnail? Okay. Pradeep, did Devon deliberately try to drive Engin crazy with trying to change the rules with his antics in Turkey? And cause he didn't get the Morozov match, so he cried like a baby. Did he deliberately try to change? I don't think to drive Engin crazy, but maybe to his own benefit. Yeah, he has been doing that since forever, so it's not like a new thing. Nobody believes Vitaly will win. If you asked this question a couple of years ago, then people would have said that Vitaly is going to win. Or maybe before Vitaly lost to Dave. Can't understand how arm wrestling can become mainstream with all that juice. Yep, I agree. Can you give us your prediction on the future of arm wrestling tournaments? That's a good question. Tournaments need to be more organized. I'm not sure organized in what manner, but they need to be publicized more. And if anyone wants to learn how to do that, just dig out stuff from 3 years ago about Pro Punja League ranking tournament in 2000 22. That was awesome. That tournament did really well. People cared about that tournament. But maybe because there weren't big super matches back then, that was the only reason people got excited for that. But still, it was cool. How much money are you willing to put up? Auto. Okay, you're talking with someone else. What's the bet? I'm also willing to put up some money. Let me know what's the bet. Devon has a sheepish personality. Hari Om, no top role. At the Brian Shaw event, Devon will win for sure because they will fix the match. Okay. Is that what's the bet about? How is he ducking Vitali? They cannot risk their, even if they're trying to, let's say, even if they're trying to help Devon, they cannot do that immediately. Like they cannot risk their reputation just like that. So maybe if they're trying to, if I was Robert and I want to help Devon to win, I would be like, bro, I'll do that, but wait, you'll have to wait for a few months and let this thing cool down. We cannot be doing that right now. Don't be crazy. Baku is like a unicorn, not real. So let me explain the title and thumbnail again. I said that Devon got his revenge. Devon finally got his revenge because my prediction was that the Baku event was available. It's not really a prediction. It was the available information. I don't like when people say that the Baku guy is a random nobody. Nobody should care what he's saying. That's not official information. Well, East versus West hired that guy to confirm the venue. So if he is going to tell Robert Baxter that the venue is confirmed, even Robert is going to listen to him. In fact, he's the only person who can confirm this to Robert if the venue is available or not. So you're telling me that the only person in this world who can tell you whether the event is available or not is literally a nobody and we shouldn't trust him? Nope. You can try to dig into the reason why East versus West is not commenting on that and why the Baku guy is commenting that on that. That reason also came out. It's because Robert Baxter was not sure whether he's going to be able to convince Devon to go to Baku or not. Why? And the second thing is why Devon wasn't going to Baku. It was because initially he said he promised to Brian Shaw that he's only going to compete at Shaw Classic, which was weird. Like why would Brian Shaw even need that kind of promise? Okay, he may have said that I want to have if I want to have a right arm match for you, then you shouldn't compete a couple of weeks earlier, which is exactly when the Baku event was on 2nd of August initially. But no, there was no right arm event for Devon Larratt at the Shaw Classic. It was only a left arm event. So that reason was not real. And the second reason was that the Baku event was not available. But the Baku guy did say that it is available. So Devon's both reasons were not valid. The only reason left was Devon is trying to teach them a lesson. He knows that there is no Vitali Laletin. No, Vitali is there. He's going to compete against Devon. But without Devon, Vitali also cannot compete. So there is no Vitali. There is no Gasparini. There is no Levan. There is no Denis Siplenkov. And he knows that without these guys, and fifth one is Devon, obviously, the biggest one. Without these five guys, you cannot sell a pay-per-view. It will be a huge loss. Simply the math doesn't work out. And Devon knows that. That's why he took advantage of that fact and he tried to teach them a lesson. So the guys who had confirmed matches there are all of the guys who quit. Isn't it also like, I think the 4 or 5 matches that were confirmed for Baku, all of those guys, like all 7 of those guys, they announced that they're quitting. So it was Devon's move to teach them a lesson that, okay, you're blaming me for ruining East versus West when you are the ones quitting. You're blaming me for changing the rules. You want me to be silent about this subject. Then how about I take your paychecks away? I don't care. I'll arm wrestle Alex Cordecha, both right and left. I'll get paid, but you guys won't get paid. Now show me who you are going to arm wrestle against at the Baku event, because there is no event. Without me, you cannot sell the pay-per-views. That's the deal. So this was the highlight, and I'll read the post made from Elmar once again. He said, Robert just informed me that he will organize Baku only if Devon is on board to pull Vitali. Once again, 140 nights, I think it's some mistake here, of free hotel room, free competition venue and sponsorship money are ready for Baku event. Come on, Devon, pull Vitali. 20 other athletes can't compete. 20 other athletes, I repeat, cannot compete because you don't want to compete against Vitali in Baku. And this is my prediction. This is exactly what Devon wanted. And he got what he wanted. He got his revenge. And I don't think he wants to settle at this just one thing. He wants to let those guys know that there will be no events for them if they keep threatening the league to continue to quit arm wrestling, to quit East versus West. Even if he did try to teach them a lesson, they quit first. Yes, yes. There's no Baku without Devon. They need him. Yes, that's exactly how it's turning out to be. I don't understand why they would give away free hotel rooms and venue. Yeah, the event. I discussed this with Engin, and Engin also informed me. Like, he said he got good deals. That was really surprising. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, that other part I'll reveal. That was one step further. You can even see. So Engin was also in Istanbul getting everything for free, hotel and the venue, everything for free, and something beyond that, which I'll not mention, some financial benefits. So that was weird. Like, I did ask him, what do the venue get out of it? Like, why do they give their venue to you for free? So initially it was the hotel name. They were the sponsors. So I even I forgot what was it. The name of the hotel was all over the place. They were advertising it. What was the hotel? Green Park, Hotel Green Park, Pendik. So that was advertised, so it was free. But but the venue, like, everything was free. Like, it was kind of weird. Well, as far as I know, they declared they don't want to compete, but now they're asking Devon to come. The very guy that they had problems with, they're asking him to come to Baku so that they can compete together. Isn't it a little hypocritical? He would gain far more credibility if he did, even if some parts need to be redacted. Those European athletes just realize they don't have leverage at all. Vitali is getting... No, they can do damage to East versus West. But in order to do that, they have to do damage to themselves. That's what Devon is trying to teach them. It's not like without those 30 arm wrestlers, East versus West can run perfectly well. No, it cannot. Now people have realized, even if someone had some doubts in 2018, now they have realized that the best talent in the world is in Europe. The top 5 guys in all of the categories, 4 of them are from Europe. Like, go to the lightest weight category at East versus West. It's 70 kilos. All of the top 5 guys are from Europe. Then what's the next? 78. Again, all of them Europeans. 85. I don't think anyone is from any other country. All of them must be Europeans. The 95, we have Todd Hutchings, and I think Paul Lynn is also in top 5. We have a couple of guys. 105, we still have Devon as the champion. I think he should be removed soon as 1 year lapses. Then Devon is also not there in the rankings anymore. But since he's that good, we can still consider him in top 5. We can even consider him number 1, but just not officially. Same goes for 115, only Devon is there. And then same goes for super heavies, only Devon is there. So we have Toddzilla, Paul Lynn, then Devon, and then who else? It's just Devon. Yeah, nobody else in the top 5. So top 5 of 70, 78, 85, 95, 105, 115, and super heavyweight. 7 categories, 7 times 5, 35. Out of 35, the 3 arm wrestlers from North America are in the top 5. So people are not stupid. They know that the best talent has already quit. The best talent is there. Not that the lighter weight category guys have quit. They have not yet quit. But maybe Engin will try to convince them to somehow. But people know that the best talent is there. So don't pretend now that they can run a league without that talent. They cannot. They simply cannot. But then those guys will also not have a platform to compete. That's the thing. We have... 7 minutes ago we got a super chat. I still haven't read it. RB58. Thank you, sir. I hope you're still here. I just got on. So sorry if this was already discussed. No, bro, we are here to discuss things. I've repeated the Baku guys message like 4 times already. I know new people are joining all the time. So that's what I'm here to do. If Baku was previously final, why doesn't the Baku guy show contracts and emails? I'll say, yeah, messages he can show, but I don't think he's having any kind of contracts. Like, most of the things, like whatever Engin was doing, do you think he had a contract with the venue or something? They most of the times they do deals on just word, just trust. But yeah, messages and emails he can show. Should he show that? Well, if we ask him why, if he feels like he doesn't need to, if he feels like his word should be enough, then that's why he isn't doing that. I guess so. I'm guessing that. But yeah, good point. So maybe we should start asking him. Showing the messages that the Baku event is ready. Baku venue, not event. Yep, there is still a community here. They have to understand it's a symbiotic relationship. The promotion needs the best pullers, and they all need Devon for his star power. I'll again repeat the same comment for the third time. If there was Vitali, Levan, Hermes, Dennis, two of these three guys competing, the event will run perfectly well without Devon. Not a problem at all. But the thing is, none of these four guys are competing. Only Vitali is competing, and he too was competing against Devon. So these four guys, the four Europeans that can sell pay-per-views, they are not there. That's the problem. And that they are also hoping for that. I can make another prediction here. Many of them tried to convince Hermes Gasparini to pull Vitali Laletin so that they can get a paycheck. Are you saying that the arm wrestlers from East, they didn't try to convince Hermes? Of course they did. Hermes even talked about it, that he's not ready. He doesn't want to pull so soon. He's not going to arm wrestle Vitali. And I think he made the right choice. So imagine if Hermes versus Vitali was happening, then this wouldn't happen. Devon's move will not work. Maybe Devon doesn't get his revenge. So Devon is happy that Hermes didn't accept the match. Not every American promote their matches as well as Devon, Kalina, Prudnik, Kamil. They promote their matches very well. I agree. I like Kamil in that sense. Evgeny Prudnik is awesome. Although I don't like the quantity of his promotion, but the quality is always there. But since the quantity is not there, if somehow the quality content didn't get the views, then it doesn't really matter that much. Like his promotional stuff with Kalina, the Godfather style, Underwood style promotion. That was the best thing ever. Nobody has promoted arm wrestling matches like that. But did that get the views that it deserved? No, it didn't. So it wasn't a success overall. So that's why you need to do more of that. Engin confirms events with a handshake and not contract. Yes, that's why I said that. Yep, I was disappointed by Ivan Matyushenko, Reno Masic. I didn't expect this. I didn't see this coming from Reno. Not even Kamil. As weird as he may be acting right now, I didn't expect this from Kamil. So I didn't expect this. On the top of the list, we have Reno Masic. Bro, Reno shouldn't have commented that. You're not going to compete anyways. Your arm is injured. You're in no shape to compete. So for next few months, you're not going to compete anyways. Why didn't you stay silent on this topic? What's your honest take on the current growth of Indian arm wrestling? My honest take, I like it. For the first time, I recently did a Hindi interview. I've uploaded that on the channel. So the channel was dead. In the last couple of years, I've uploaded like 2 videos. The thing about Indian arm wrestling community is like, they subscribe. English arm wrestling community, they don't subscribe, bro. I've been stuck in the 50,000 subscribers lane for like more than a year now. So Indian arm wrestling community, they subscribe. They're like, bro, you upload anything, we don't care, we are going to subscribe. I recorded a 144-minute interview. I put it in 3 parts, and then I uploaded them. All of them got like 1,500 views. So the whole interview will get 5,000 views, which is cool. Some of the English interviews, they don't get 5,000 views. And it got me like 50 subscribers. One interview got me 50 subscribers. I get 50 subscribers in 10 days on this channel when I upload 10, 12 videos. That's the difference. And the level is not there. The only thing that's bothering me right now, the arm wrestling level is not there. As soon as the arm wrestling level in India, if it was like at world level, you wouldn't even be hearing about other promotions. Everyone would be coming here, just like they do in cricket. IPL, so big, it just destroyed every other league in the world. Nobody can compete anywhere else. Only IPL is the place. So it would have been the same thing in arm wrestling if Indian arm wrestlers were at the top level. You're crazy if you don't think arm wrestling will take a dive without Devon. Nobody will watch the boring ass Euros arm wrestle. Bring back WL. Yeah, because Devon also won't survive without arm wrestling. He gets like $70,000 a match. And he competes like 3-4 times a year on the right arm. And maybe almost like $40,000-$50,000 on the left. So even if we stay like on a conservative side, even if let's say he's getting $100,000 combining a right arm match and a left arm match, and he's doing that combination like 4 times a year, that's $400,000. Do you think Devon would want to miss out on that money? No, he wouldn't. And now I'll tell you, Devon cannot compete without the European arm wrestlers because he's so damn good. Who can he arm wrestle? He can arm wrestle Vitali, he can arm wrestle Hermes again, maybe he can arm wrestle Levan Saginashvili again. Morozov. Who else is left? Nobody is left. These 3-4 guys. Kordecha is already arm wrestling, but the right arm match doesn't make sense. So he's so good that Devon is dependent entirely on the European arm wrestlers. They can still compete among themselves, but Devon cannot compete without them. I don't think you have realized this problem. I think Devon needs the Europeans as much as they need him, maybe even more. If it was 2018-17 Devon that can have a match against Ron Bath, Marcio Barboza, Matt Mask, Dave Chaffee, Toddzilla, then it wouldn't be a problem. Devon can still keep on competing. But now he's so good, he needs the Europeans. He's nothing without them. He cannot compete anywhere. Plismis Shagmivili, thank you again, brother, for the super chat. Shaw should also invite Magnus Samuelsson. Yeah, he has started training again. I saw a couple of his videos, but I'm not sure how good he is right now. Man, Devon will sell pay-per-views, AW, hobos on the corner. He don't need no euros to make money. He needs them. Easy macro. Give me one match. Give me one Devon Larratt match that you would like to see. Maybe you can say Devon Jerry, Devon Michael Todd. But then that's it. We have already seen those matches. Nobody will believe that they can beat Devon. Still, I'm giving you the pass. You can say Devon versus Jerry can happen. Devon versus Jerry's, I'm not sure if he's even ready to compete. Devon versus Michael can happen. But then that's about it. What next? Devon cannot arm wrestle without the Europeans. He's so good. Pradeep, I want to ask you something. When Hermes talked shit about Devon, about he owning the league in his YouTube, no one said anything about him. But when Devon said something about him, Hermes got offended. That's childish. I agree with your comment. Thank you, Big Grove Goats. I forget to have these super chats displayed on the screen. I should be doing that more. So the super chat is, Pradeep, why do you think the common denominator to 98% of arm wrestling drama is always Devon? Is that just coincidental? Why does he miss that 35-minute setup per round when never grow the sport? Per round when never grow the sport. Okay. I think Devon has stopped doing that a little bit. Before somebody claims that I'm just trying to defend Devon for no reason here, I have been paying attention to his matches. If you just focus on the time he takes to take a grip and start the match, I've not done that, but I think the time may have reduced to half, like in the last couple of years. Now he's still doing that more than others, but I don't think it's taking as much time as some of the other matches, because he has realized that He's stronger. But then even against Levan, the guy who's literally stronger than him, still I don't think Devon took too much time to grip up against Levan. Only the Gennady match was kind of weird. That was really bad, the second Gennady match. But other than that, I think the matches have started fairly quickly. And why 98% of the arm wrestling drama is always about Devon? That's an interesting question. Because I'll not say that he's more famous, but I'll say he speaks more. He speaks more. More than all of the other arm wrestlers. So just when you say more, there will be more stuff to criticize you about. And maybe he intentionally says that kind of stuff so that he stays the most famous arm wrestler in the world. If he goes silent, maybe he feels like his position will be threatened. I don't know. I'm just making guesses here. You know what? I was just jokingly, when Hermes Gasparini made a video against me, it was calling me out. It had 44,000 views, and I saw out of his last 10, 15 videos, that was the second most popular video which he made about me, 44,000 views. And I was like, that's awesome. Although he talked everything negatively about that. So a couple of months ago, I sent that screenshot to Hermes. I was like, see my friend, so many views when you talked about me. Number one out of your 10 videos around that time in terms of views. I was like, I asked Hermes, bro, can you make another video like that? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that I asked him to make the first video. That was a surprise for me. Like, why is Hermes talking a lot of shit about me? But then I was like, man, that was cool stuff. 44,000 views with my face on the thumbnail, because I don't put my face on the thumbnail ever. So it was cool to see literally my face and my name getting 44,000 views. Yes, it was Hermes speaking about that, but then it was my face and my name. And I was like, Hermes, please, my friend, do that again. Good popularity. I need that. And he was just laughing. He was like, no. The only person with as much personality as Devon is Hunter. Who is Hunter? I think everybody going after Devon hurts his feelings because, initially I don't think the hate was that much that it used to bother Devon. Like, now the haters have started getting to Devon. It bothers him. So if you want to see Devon get bothered, hate on him. I think the stuff is working. Thank you again, sir, Big Grove Goats, for the super chat. Pradeep, would you agree Jody is the scary Sherry or Stephanie McMahon of arm wrestling? Jody, Stephanie McMahon. No. Stephanie McMahon is a lot smarter than Jody. No. Scary Sherry, I don't know who Scary Sherry is. I think I've heard that name somewhere. But I wouldn't compare Stephanie McMahon to Jody Larratt. I mean, she tries to introduce herself in a lot of things, but Stephanie did a lot for the sport of arm wrestling. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Stephanie McMahon fan. Hermes needs to level up. He was an embarrassment versus Levan. Devon put up more fight. Not sure why, unless Levan leveled up more than he did. Yeah, he needs to level up. I don't think, despite him having a much stronger hand and wrist, self-admittedly, I still don't think he's ready for Devon. I don't think he can beat Devon yet. Kima K, thank you, sir. Devon versus Vitali, if actually happens, who would win? I think Devon will win. Maybe 3-1. That would be my prediction. It's a sensational Sherry, LOL, 90s women wrestler. Okay, she's a wrestler. I wasn't watching arm wrestling then. Maybe I wasn't even born then. Who wins Prudnik versus Shikadze? I don't know in what shape Prudnik is. If Prudnik is in 2022 shape, then he beats Shikadze. That ego. But now he's getting top rolled and stuff. Nugo has a really good top roll. I don't know. Stacy Keepler was FAF. What is FAF? Trish Stratus too. But I get your feelings. I get your feelings, JR. I mean the annoying girlfriend wife interfering in the match. Okay, in that sense you were saying that. But Jody has also stopped doing that. For some reason I don't hear Jody's voice that much nowadays. as much as we did in the Evgeny Prudnik match. That was horrible to watch. But I haven't really been bothered by Jodie's voice screaming like at all, like literally zero since that match. Has she stopped speaking, or I'm just not listening to the audio because I'm always commentating? Vitali getting 10 grand extra money. Why he is not coming to the Shaw Classic? That's a good point. Vitali should at least talk about this thing. Vitali getting 10 grand. Okay, JR, don't compare a scripted sport to a real sport. WWE is one sport which can teach arm wrestling the most. Like it's not even close. I don't watch WWE now per se, but I still watch the news around it sometimes, the podcast around it, and I have watched it in the past. Arm wrestling can learn a lot from WWE. If the people say UFC, but I think they need to learn more from WWE than UFC. Can hear Tina's voice when Coach Ray arm wrestles. I have never heard Tina's voice ever. Those women were heels and loathed by fans for interfering the matches. So yeah, it's very similar. I get your point. We cannot hear Jodie's voice because the stages are wider. Okay, so you're also not hearing that. It's not just me, and there is better background noise control. Jodie ain't bad. She adds to Devon matches. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. As a wife, she's really supportive. I wish I had a wife like that who will scream and shout and do everything just to support me. But then I also don't think that I would like to see that as a viewer. Pay-per-view is going to go up with the Shaw Classic. JR, I know it works. Agree, learn from WWE. A lot, man, a lot. The things that those guys have to do, I know they're getting paid a lot more than arm wrestlers, but then many of them didn't get paid even half as much as Devon is getting paid in a year. And Devon arm wrestles for like 4, 5, 6 times. 7, 8 times if we combine both left and right arm matches. So they were doing a lot of stuff for less paycheck than that, and that they are like literal employees. They're traveling all over the world every single weekend. 5 days a week they used to work throughout the year. Every day in the bus, every day in the flights. The WWE employees, all of them, right from the bottom right to the top. That's the kind of commitment a league expects from you when it's taking itself seriously. And we have arm wrestlers complaining about. We have arm wrestlers not even sharing a single thing except their match posters on their social media. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. And they literally say it's not my job to promote the match. I am here to arm wrestle. Come on, bro. WWE was very dangerous. Those guys got a lot of injuries and were on the road, like Pradeep says. Yes. Ask Sarah Backman. What's more difficult, arm wrestling or WWE? She'll let you know. She didn't quit arm wrestling. She quit WWE. It was too hard for her. In her own words, too difficult. Can't be bothered. Didn't enjoy enough. Way too much work. When even Engin says that a lot. When you say that that WWE is fake, those guys are fake, don't compare with real athletes. They put in 10 times as much work as the arm wrestlers are doing. 10 times. I don't think it's who was there another Scott Norton. I don't think he's going to reply to anyone's messages, but ask him what's difficult, being an arm wrestling world champion, winning over the top, destroying everyone, or being a WWE wrestler. UFC get paid 1-2 million. No, depends on who you're talking about. There are arm wrestlers who get like $30,000 a fight, and they fight 3 times a year. So no, not arm wrestlers, UFC fighters. Did not know Sarah tried. No, she was, bro. She even married a WWE wrestler, Bo Dallas. How did you not know that? She was in WWE. Not on the main stage. She was, what was that? Tough Enough? Was she on Tough Enough, or what was the show? I even forgot. She was there like 10 years ago or something. More than that. Only top guys, undercard fighters make less than 50K. Yes, yes, that's the truth. But what sort of music do you listen to when you train? I really don't. Most of the times I don't. But if I'm listening, if I like a song, I'm that kind of person that I listen to the same song on repeat for like 100 times and then switch to a new song. So I don't have a playlist that keeps on changing. So today, if I like a song, I'm going to listen to it maybe like 30 times in a day, and then I move on. It's on repeat. That's how I listen to songs. I don't shuffle. Pradeep, why are you so handsome? Don't think I am, but still I'll take the compliment. Talk to anyone who wrestled stiff with Van Vader and Stan Hansen in Japan. Japan Pro Wrestling, that shit is real. Yes, it's scripted. Yes, yes, yes. See how many are getting injured. Kurt Angle. Watch Kurt Angle's podcast with Joe Rogan. He wrestled in the Olympics. He's the Olympic champion. He had broken his neck before that. And he's like, bro, being an Olympic champion is nothing compared to the shit that we go through in the WWE ring. Being can you understand the intensity of this when you say WWE guys are fake? An Olympic champion is saying that shit was way easier than what we do in WWE. And we get less injuries in Olympics, training for Olympics, than we get in WWE. Ryan Bowen versus Brock Lesnar. That's a good answer. There's a reason for that. Left arm, Devon versus Morozov. Who do you think will win? Morozov will win with that match. Pradeep listens to Eye of the Tiger. I got... Eye of the Tiger, is that the Sylvester Stallone music or is that the Katy Perry music? Both say, I think, Eye of the Tiger. I've listened to both of them, but yeah, like not much. Angle is the man, same story. When in the hell I watch your left hand rematch with Shivanshu? That wasn't really a match. He beat me fairly easily, although I was going all out, but he beat me. I still wouldn't say at that time it was fairly easily. It took him like 10 seconds, but the guy is strong. Yes, Rocky 3. Who knows what will be like when he comes back? When who comes back? True Kyle, I'll give it... Where did that comment go? To 1FC. There were a lot of 50k bonuses. J.R. Williams with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Best live chat in arm wrestling. You know what's up when you see a comment like that. Thank you, sir. You are awesome. Why you guys keep comparing arm wrestlers and WWE guys' payments, bro? One is industry for children, so it pays good. Other is yet to become an industry. No, WWE is not an industry for children. Come on, man. At this point, I bet there are more 18 plus guys watching WWE than the number of guys below that age. Katy Perry music. That's what Eye of the Tiger is. What's the name of that music? Roar. I listened to that song like maybe 10 years ago or something. Maybe a little bit less than that. If somehow Indian arm wrestlers compete in East versus West in any category, then arm wrestling will grow for sure. No, Indian arm wrestlers don't need to go there. They need to go there to increase their level. And then Pro Punjab League can take over. Flew in a plane and held a flower. Can you barbell cheat curl more than your bench press? No, I don't think I can. Something weird has happened to my biceps in the past couple of years. I was able to cheat curl more when I was 70 kilos than what I can do right now. I don't think I can even cheat curl 70 kilos now. I did 70 when I was 70 kilos. I haven't really tried that. There's a very sharp pain in this area whenever I'm trying to curl anything. I cannot even straighten my arms. I just did some pull-ups and chin-ups yesterday. and arms hurt. Don't really feel too much in the back, a little bit, but more in the arms. Whoever uses the word bully still needs therapy. Didn't Engin arm wrestle in East versus West 1, so technically he arm wrestled under his own rules. Yeah, he did arm wrestle. Why is no one talking about this? I have talked about this on the channel. Hey Pradeep, how much do athletes on Pro Panja League earn? Not much. Their contract was like, for first couple of years, 180 arm wrestlers, or maybe a little bit more. All of them got like a little less than $1,000. Little less than $1,000. All 180 of them. But that will increase from next season, because then there will be auctioning. So there will be literal team owners, businessmen buying athletes. They'll be allotted a limited pool of money which they can spend on the athletes, and then they'll be buying arm wrestlers with that money. So it can go up. Imagine if like Abhas Rana is there, so he won't be getting $1,000. He'll be getting maybe $10,000 next year. Who knows? PPL will surely take over things if this ego things were there in East versus West. But in order for PPL to take over, the level of Indian arm wrestlers need to increase, and I don't see that happening yet. The funniest thing about Engin's match is the asterisk. Is that how it's pronounced? That mark? He had to make sure everyone knew that he was ahead before he got injured. He still makes sure that everyone knows that. He's still talks about it every time. So once again, I'll repeat why this thumbnail and title on this stream, because now the guy who was supposed to be organizing the venue for Baku, he has said again for the 10th time maybe that the venue is available, the sponsorship for Devon Vitali match is available, free hotel is available, venue is also free, everything is available for 30th of August. Robert Baxter told him, the owner of East vs West told him, that they cannot have an event in Baku unless Devon Larratt agrees to go there. Without Devon, there is no event. So that was my prediction altogether. I predicted all of these things, and also that Robert is actively trying to convince Devon to go to Baku. And it's not even like this is some inside information, somebody told me this. No, nobody has told me this. It's only like 1,000 rupees. No, $1,000 I was talking about, not rupees. So I think that prediction was true. They tried to convince Devon. That's why they asked for the 30th of August date instead of 2nd of August, so that Devon has more time to decide. But looks like they still cannot convince Devon. And Devon is not going there. That's again my prediction. Because he wants to teach them a lesson. All of the guys that quit, he wants to teach them a lesson that you won't get your paycheck if I don't come to the event. And he wanted to get rid of me. You are saying that I'm bad for the sport. I'm destroying the league. No. Arm wrestling news. In your opinion, what was the intention or meaning behind Engin's last moving early video with Coach Ray and Devon talking in the background? Moving early video. How do I not remember? He uploaded video maybe like a week ago. Okay, this video you're talking about. Engin's intention. His intention was Devon shared a video about Devon. Somebody made a collaboration of Engin Terzi showing that he was kind of moving early, and Devon shared that video. So Engin felt the need to defend himself with slow motion, showing that it was in fact Coach Ray who moved first. But then there was also another video on the internet where Engin was literally touching his opponent's strap. He was pulling his opponent's strap. And then in that leaked audio call, he was saying that he has never seen anyone pull the opponent's strap to get an advantage, when Engin himself has done that. Come on, man. How old are you, brother? 30. He talks about Devon loading in the setup. So that's why he shared that to defend himself, that he was not the one who was moving first. It was Coach Ray who was moving first. And you need to see that in slow motion. On regular speed, it looks like Engin moved first, but no, it wasn't the truth. I have just started arm wrestling. What should be my rise and pronation? 60 if you're 60 kilo, I think if you're stronger than me in gym lifts, you're good to go. because I don't consider myself to be a strong guy. And if you want to be like doing something, shaking some things up in arm wrestling, then you should be able to do more than that. So 40 kg pronation lift, I think if you can do, it's good. And then riser, you're saying I did like, what was my riser, 25, 26? So if you can do 25, 26 kilos riser, then you're good to go. Devon gets it, Kamil doesn't. Devon haters make him even more popular. Devon gets bothered too. It's not like the hate isn't getting under Devon's skin. He has admitted that himself a couple of times, more than a couple of times. Kamil blocks his haters. He has no followers. I've heard from many people that Devon blocked them too. I've heard that from some people. Mark with the 18 dirham super chat. Thank you, sir. Super chats are back. Mark is the man. So, Mark, this is the pricing that people keep to sell things, 17.99, so that 18 looks like a big number or 20 looks like a big number, so 19.99. You don't need to do that with super chats, bro. You can round the number off. Make it 18. You're not selling your super chat. You're gifting it to me. Good evening, gents. J.R. Williams, it's too bad that they aren't close to the same level. A Devon versus Engin Vendetta match would rake in the pay-per-view. Say, yeah, it would have been amazing. Amazing. Pradeep, doesn't Hermes also have a good flop, but Devon completely shut him down? Yes, he did. In the second round, I was surprised. Hermes was here, so in a very similar position as the Levan match. And yet he literally couldn't do anything. I was like, well, that's weird. Because flop press is a proven weapon against Devon. Sometimes it's so nasty, it's so difficult, it's so unavoidable for Devon that he cannot afford to go there. He literally needs to start hooking people in order to avoid the flop. But Hermes couldn't do anything from that position, so that was a little confusing. But in their practice pool, Hermes practiced his flop a lot against Devon. So maybe he learned something there. So maybe when he says that now maybe he's ready for Devon, we should believe him. Of course, I don't think his wrist is going to stay against Devon. It is going to go back for sure. I have no doubt about that. But now maybe through those practice pulls, he has learned that he can get his flop working. Pradeep is officially on the Eastern arm wrestlers side. I in the beginning of this stream, I was accused of being paid by Devon, being a Devon fanboy. So I'm not sure. I don't choose by it's okay, the options are pre-selected. Got it. But you can manually enter the amount as well. Pradeep, can you express how? But I don't want to change the popular 17.99 super chat. I like it now. How are my fellow mods doing and the rest of the viewers? Welcome to 304. 304. 304. I learned that from watching some of the American podcasts that 304 is a word for ho. Because in the calculator, if you type 304 and you see it from the opposite side, it shows HOE. Pradeep, I'm sure it does get under Devon's skin. That's why you shouldn't read your hate mail if you can't laugh it off. Yep. Why is Jody there for? Jody, she was her manager before Devon hired Kyle as his manager. So Kyle can be like, but when somebody is sending you a hate mail, you must read it, right? Even if your manager tells you don't read it, then you must be like, bro, show it to me. If it is that bad, then I want to read it even more. So I'm not sure if having a manager can work in that sense. Currently, my pronation is 25 kg. Pronation is 25 kg, bro. You suck. Come on, man. Unless you're like 12 years old, 25 kg is not acceptable. And rise is 20. That's not believable. Only a 5 kilo difference between rise and pronation. But that's still big. It's like what? 20%? It's been 6 months since I have been training. Is it okay? No. Pronation is not okay. Rise is still okay. Pronation is not okay. Did East versus West even offer Devon something to go to Baku? I mean, they must have. Because that match was already supposed to happen on August 2nd before things started falling apart. How, it's not like they're not going to pay Devon. Come on, man. What kind of question is that? How do you like that remix video about Engin on Devon's? I think it could have been better. Same thing repeating over and over again. I didn't enjoy that part. You suck. Tell him how you really feel. Yeah, the pronation lift sucks, man, for a 60 kg guy. As I said, unless he's like 12 years old, that 25 kilo pronation is not doing it, man. It's not doing it. Pronation, if you are like curling this pronation, like that style of pronation, then it's still impressive. I can get that. But if it's the Devon Larratt lift, no, 25 kilos is nothing, man. Pradeep, can you express how Devon will beat Vitaly and how in a bit detailed manner? No, I cannot. I'll do that maybe separately some other day on this live stream. I'll need to think about it more. But basically, in short, I can say Devon will be able to slip, and then round one Vitaly may be able to get him sideways, something like the Georgi Swetkov versus... So the round will be something like Georgi Swetkov versus Devon. Devon isn't doing pronation lifts anymore. Yes, he isn't. Why isn't Devon sharing the number of pronation lift? I don't think he's doing that right now. It's curling pronation for 7 reps. Goku is saying. Is Goku the guy who asked that? Or okay, yeah, Goku. Curling pronation for 7 reps. Now you're just making stuff up. You told me that it's your pronation PR. How can your PR be for 7 reps? How come you didn't mention it was for 7 reps earlier? And how you didn't mention you're curling it? Now stuff is getting a little bit shady here. Did anyone see Auden's 12-hour workout routine? It's crazy. When he did upload a video 2-3 hours ago, I've downloaded it, but I didn't watch it. What kg goal should I reach for pronation lift at 200 pounds? Pronation lift 200 pounds, like maybe 60 kilos? If you're like really lean, 200, 55 kilos, I don't know, man. I would set a goal at 80 kilos. I'm 83 now, but at 80 kilos, I would set a goal for myself at least 100 pounds before I can even think about doing something. 44, 45 kilos, maybe even 50. So why is Devon saying that there's no event happening in Baku? How did he? He's not saying that. He was saying that a couple of weeks ago. Since then, I don't think he has said that. I don't think he has talked about Baku at all in last 7 to 10 days. I think Devon is better than Vitaly, but Vitaly has advantages over Devon with his length that others don't. But we're still not sure if that is going to actually work against Devon or not. Because Kurdecha is also pretty tall. He's like only an inch shorter than Vitaly. Kurdecha is 6'6". What do you mean by Devon got his revenge? Maybe I'll discuss that again, but we have already discussed that like 4 or 5 times on this stream. If our Indian athletes have to compete at the world level, they all need to be given regular salaries by some sponsors so that they can spend 12 hours a day training, including breaks and meals. That is not going to happen, brother. That is not going to happen for the majority. But yeah, the majority doesn't need to be at that level. It can happen for some people. It can happen. Maybe if not like a full job kind of salary, then at least covering all of the expenses for training, for supplements, etc. through sponsors, that can be done. Because 12 hours a day, nobody's training 12 hours a day, Mark. Come on, man. Do you think if given the opportunity, they will be training for 12 hours a day? No. Natural guys cannot train for that long. Vitaly has no muscle definition. Now, even through the shirts, you can see his pecs and shoulders a little bit. Just for 10 athletes across weight classes. Okay. It makes sense. But still, it will take even in the lightweight categories, it will take 5 years at least. Arm wrestling isn't big enough for them to invest so much in the athletes. I agree. But in India, it will not take that much to invest into the athletes. So I think an athlete as of now can easily be sponsored with like 50,000 rupees a month. So what's that? $630, $620, something like that a month. I think that should be enough. That should be able to cover the supplements. That should be able to cover the training. Not the training costs anything, but if they need to buy some equipments and stuff, that should cover their expenses. All of the other expenses too. 50,000, that should be enough. 12 hours means 2 hours training, then 1 hour break, 2-3 hours training. But still, I don't think, Mark, they're going to do that much. Like an official 12-hour office day, no one works. I agree with your point. But I still don't think they're going to train more than 2-3 hours in the entire day. Especially the natural arm wrestlers cannot do that. But I don't think that the natural arm wrestlers are going to be in the top 10 that you just mentioned. Pradeep, you said after Vitali versus Zaranov match that Vitali will beat Devon with the same setup. Yeah, I did make a video that now things have changed. Initially, Devon was expecting Vitali to arm wrestle with a low hand grip. I said if he gets the same setup. Vitali like robbed him in the setup. That was like nasty to see, man. Imagine how tall Vitali is, and his elbow was right at the front edge of the pad, and his forearm was also almost vertical. The riser was intact. If he gets that kind of setup against Devon, I think he will beat Devon too. I still agree with that. But Devon will not take him. He will not let him take that setup. That's the problem. Imagine that arm wrestler can get paid 75K a month as a monthly salary. Yeah. So it's not that expensive. Imagine we're speaking from the point of view of an Indian arm wrestler. Okay, can we discuss what would you need? Some of the arm wrestlers are here, even if you're from outside of India, but it's for everyone. What do you need? Let's say if you got a sponsor in front of you, okay, I want you to be the best arm wrestler possible. What do you guys need? Now mention in the comments what an arm wrestler needs, from diets to juice to supplements to MK677 to whatever you want to say. Mention in the comments, and then we'll try to calculate the cost of being a professional arm wrestler. I don't think it's that high. If you're living in India, your food expenses are not going to be more than 15,000 rupees per month anyways. Let's say $200 a month. Don't think it's going to be more than that. And supplements, let's say if you go HGH, $75,000. No, he's saying rupees. So that's like less than $1,000. With steroids, Levan cannot be beaten. His bone density must be so high. Pradeep, Mendogos is a champ and he does a regular job. Yeah, many do. The only professional athletes that train 12 hours a day are elite gamers. Auden started the day at 12 p.m., finished with a 2-hour blood flow from 12 to 2 a.m. Okay. My arms got pumped just watching that big boy work. Maza here is different. He's settled in Sharjah as a CFO, etc. But others, next 5 best Indian pullers. 4K monthly as a single man. HGH. So HGH, I don't think it costs that much. Let me check the price of HGH in India. How much does it cost in your country? I'm not sure what the dosage is going to be, but I'll just type the price, whatever it's showing. I don't think it's even showing up here. That's weird. Let me check somewhere else. HGH price. 75,000 rupees, $20,000 for $20,000. So are they selling fake HGH in India? HGH somatrophin for muscle building, package size 100 IU. Okay, and it costs 10,000 rupees per box. I'm not sure how many these 100 IU vials are there in the box. So it says 10,000 rupees. So that's what? $1,200. No, $120. $120 for 100 IU, packing size 100 IU, quantity per pack 100 IU. That's the cost for that. $120. Bro, what are you talking about? $20,000. How much salary that you get, Pradeep? Salary from my job, around 70, maybe a little bit more, 70,000 rupees. HGH is the one. So if you talk about protein supplements, even if you're going to consume like 4 kilogram whey protein, that thing is going to cost you like less than $150 a month. And all of the other supplements, creatine, multivitamins, fish oil, everything that you can imagine, let's say $150 more for that. So $300 covers all of your supplements, all of them. And juice, if you want to go that way, 9,000 rupees, like $100 is going to cover up all of the juice. How much testosterone can you inject? Testosterone costs you like it costs you how much? $5 $5 for 250 milligrams. I checked the price. $5 for 250. The elite arm wrestlers, I've heard they're taking up to maybe even more than 500 milligrams per week. So that's $10 per week, $40 per month, $50 per month if you're like on the really high side, really high level. $50 per month is your testosterone cost. And let's say 50 for other stuff, a little bit, maybe 100 for other stuff. So even for juice, you don't need like more than $150 a month. And for supplements, you need like $250. So $400 covers all of your expense, supplement and steroid expenses. $400, that is all that you need in India. And then a couple of $100 for food. That's it, $600. Nobody can justify any more than that. Nobody can justify any more cost than that in India. Pradeep, I agree that Devon shouldn't go to Baku now. You made good points. The Europeans deserve to feel it after walking away from the league. Yes. I don't care what they have against Devon. I don't care what they say about Devon. I don't care about their personal beef at all. I just didn't like them quitting the arm wrestling league and letting the fans suffer because of it. Pradeep, if Alijan takes on Dadikian, will he dominate? Not in the first round, I can tell you that, but I think he will win. Stem cell in Turkey cost around $5,000 for a series of 5 to 8 injections. 5 to 8, that's interesting. In India, it's like $1,500 for one injection. So yeah, almost the same. 3-4 injections you will also get in India too. But it's like $1,500 per injection in India. Devon is getting newbie gains in his left after he started training it again. Yeah, after not training it for 6 years. So that should mean that he's going to beat Alex easier this time. I think 75,000 monthly salary could be expensive. Yep. How much did we get up to? 600 plus 200 for food, $800. So yeah, that's less than 75. Nobody, I'm talking about even the top athletes, they cannot justify, unless they're living in like a city and now they're saying that my rent is $200, $300 per month. Then that's a whole different argument. Do you think that Kamil is top 5 in the super heavyweight rankings? Left arm? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Don't think Devon can beat him. Vitaly, we have Morozov, Alijan and Ivan. Just because of styles, they'll always have a chance to beat Kamil. But Ivan, I'm not so sure about. Even though he destroyed him on the right arm, I don't think it's going to be the same on the left. Don't think it's as easy to avoid Kamil's press on the left as it is on the right. On the right, it's on the left, it's a little bit different. I won't be sure about Ivan Matyushenko. Except they don't have enough fans that would pay. You need drugs to keep side effects of test down. Yeah. These things are not that expensive. I was checking all of the stuff, HGH, testosterone, and a bunch of stuff on IndiaMart website, and most of them have like international exporter only, exports to US. So the expensive HGH and testosterone that you are getting over there in USA, it is being made in India, bro, and they're selling it to you. They're selling it to you for 5x, 10x the price. Except they don't. Younger arm wrestlers like Levan, Hermes, Alijan will have issues with conceiving if they have this much testosterone. For Levan and the older guys who already have children. For Devon and older children, yeah, they can take higher doses of test. Orden versus Coach Ray in a few months. A good match. I like the match. Is Kamil top 5 in super heavyweight rankings, and who do you think can beat him? Left arm, we already discussed that. I don't think you're talking about the right arm. Steroids also do not help the development of ligaments. It will help with everything, brother. It will help with everything. Indian is the pharma capital of the world. Yeah. Probably the biggest medicine exporter in the world. I haven't checked it here, so don't quote me. But I think it is true. The flight from USA to India is always over $1,000 one way. Over $1,000. So $1,000, $2,000, $2,500, $500 for at least for stay and food and stuff like that. So that's $3,000 extra expense. Still, people come from USA all the time here in India. They get their treatment done and then they fly back to their country. Still, it saves them some money. So you can understand. If Coach Ray puts Orden in a hook, he is done. Yeah. Coach Ray may even be able to top roll Orden. I'm not entirely sure that that's not possible. Especially in the later rounds. Can Schoolboy possibly beat Levan in the next 10 years? I don't think so. Avoid Indian Airlines though. I can see where you're going with this. Pradeep excluding Brazink. Who's your favorite arm wrestler? I don't think I would have included Brazink if you didn't mention that. Sorry if you've already answered that. It's gonna be, Gasparini was, maybe he still is, but I'm not sure. I don't really have any favorite arm wrestler. I used to like Prudnik arm wrestle. I used to like Devon arm wrestle. Now I'm not really sure. Levan Saginashvili should be my new favorite arm wrestler. I mean, the guy doesn't get stopped. Orden versus Zurab. Come on, man. What are you talking about? Zurab is way too strong. 10 years is a long time. Yes, it is. But still, man, it's Levan. Nugo is 105 kg young man and Devon is 130 plus kg experienced old man. But if Coach Ray puts Orden in a hook, I gotta move to India. I wouldn't be struggling like in US. If you make US money for like 10, 20 years, somehow you got to save it. Or if you can find a online job in USA and maybe then you can if somehow work on it from India, then you're a king here, bro. If you're making, let me tell you the number, the magical number. If you are making $5,000 a month, so what's that, 25 times 12, what's that, 60,000? Forget even about 60. If you can make $50,000 a year here in India, you're the king, bro. You're the real deal. Nobody messes with you. You can get everything done, like house help, maid and stuff, and you can have a driver to chauffeur you around. You basically don't have to do anything. And of course you have to earn that money, but after that you don't have to be bothered with anything at all. You don't need any medical insurance, nothing. And you can still save out of those $50,000, maybe at least 30. You'll be able to save $30,000 a year. I'll retire to India as well. Gabor versus Rickard. What do you think? Like I recently got to know about this Rickard versus Gabor. I think Gabor is going to beat him. I recently learned, not recently, I've been seeing that, and I saw some videos being made about that too, that everyone in USA knows how to do some basic stuff, like a man's job as they call it over there. If a little bit of plumbing needs to be done, a man can do that. If some electric wiring and stuff, things like that need to be done, they can do that. In India, people also used to do that, but now we don't have that skill, most of us, because we can simply hire anyone to do that. They'll come to your home in like 30 minutes and they'll take like $3, $4 for that. So nobody is bothered with learning that stuff that people usually do in USA themselves. Is it hard to get a visa? No, bro. They'll probably request you to get a visa for India if you are from USA. I used to make that in Canada and I was poor. Come to India. Pollution is the only issue. Yep, big, huge problem. Huge problem. Rest all states in India. I think pollution is a problem in many states, not just Delhi. But everything else, it's awesome. Did, no, didn't. What does that mean? Pradeep, do you think that Pro Punja will ever come to America? I don't think so. Not in the next 5 years. After that, you can never say never. Orden's on a losing streak. I fear Coach Ray will destroy him. Orden's Coach Ray and Artem, even though Coach Ray always beats him, but they're still kind of close. And Artem did beat Coach Ray. And Coach Ray's hand is much more solid than Artem. So in US, people cut their own hair because haircuts cost $30. Yeah, on the Sunday, they're fixing their car, they're mowing their lawn. I was like, Indians would never do that kind of stuff. Like, you'll never very rarely see an Indian fixing his own car. Nobody knows that stuff. Why bother with that if the mechanic is going to do that for you with $5 labor charge? My haircut is $40 now. To be honest, I also don't get haircut, even though haircut costs less than $1 here, less than $1. $40 for a haircut? Are you kidding me? That must be a joke, right? It cost me $1 here. Of course, the experience is not going to be the same as you will be getting for 40, but with $4 you can probably get the same experience in India too. A bag of Doritos is over $4 in USA. Can get housewired for that in Noida. In India. Noida. Yeah. You can get a housewired. $4 housewired. Maybe not, but yeah, I get your point. Make a Bollywood wrestling movie or arm wrestling movie. Pradeep, Devon pronation lift सही है क्या pronation develop करने के लिए? Nope. It's not good for developing pronation. And I'm not joking. Nobody should be doing that exercise. Haircuts in Dubai cost $5. Yeah, that's understandable. I'd get my haircut every week for $1. Pradeep, have you ever watched Harold Balder? No. What is your salary, Pradeep? Less than $1,000 a month. He's right, $40, 55 Canadian dollars. And no free 5-minute head massage. Yeah, if in India, if you give him 20 cents extra, he'll give you a head massage too. Maybe 50 cents. Some give it for free as well. I paid $170K in taxes also. How much does Kush, what's that? What does that even mean? Is that what I think what it means? So will Devon versus Vitali happen? Yes, but not in August. That's what I think. 90%, 95% it's not going to happen in August. Maybe it is going to happen in November or September. I forgot if it was November. Yeah, it was November in Switzerland. Reno versus Schoolboy, I think Reno will be able to press him down. But some people act like the gap is like 10 times and stuff. I don't think it's that big of a gap. Maybe Reno is like 10%, although 10% is going to look completely one-sided on the table. But I don't think the gap is like more than that between Schoolboy and Reno. I'm bald, so now I spend my haircut money on hats. But if you look at it that way, that Reno beat Sagov and Sagov beat Gennady, and where does Schoolboy stand in front of Gennady, then it can be a different conversation. But still, I don't think the gap is more than 10%. Easy bar curl help in arm wrestling. Yes, it does. Definitely more than the pronation lift. High grade weed. I have no idea. I want to try all of that stuff. I have never tried it. I don't have any connections. I don't have any friends, so I don't know where to get weed from. But I would like to try Some guys told me that come to USA, you'll have the best shit in the world. I was like, okay, I like that. Paulin was saying that I should get a match. He even DM'd me after yesterday's live that I should get a match against Robert Kelly on the left arm. And I was like, Kelly? Isn't that a woman's name? Kelly? WWE? Like, how is that guy who literally lost to a woman? How is he going to beat me? Come on, man. But still, I love easy matches. Some people say, give me the toughest opponent. No, give me the easiest opponent. Not that easy that I cannot even fake the match. But the match that I can win, I want only those matches only for the first 5 matches at least. Then start giving me difficult matches. But yeah, Kelly is an easy match. US and Canada are good only if one has government jobs. Otherwise, it's all the same. Grass always looks green on the other side. So the thing is that guy lost. I've heard that Paul told me that his right arm sucks, like just like me. So that's why he lost on the right arm to that woman. What was her name? The girl that has like a weird haircut. Evanson? What Evanson? I forgot her first name. Alijan versus Devon left hand. I will have to go with Alijan as of now. Even though Devon's style is perfect to beat Alijan. But Devon himself was saying that he has never seen Alijan's wrist go back. In 105, I'll favor Alijan, surely. 115, maybe Devon can... Super heavyweight Devon, I think, will beat Alijan, surely. I mean, he has to, come on. Weed is legal in my state. Pradeep versus Aussie match. Kelly is both. Both what? My haircut is $80 with tip. That tip thing in USA, it's weird, man. I've heard that like they'll not serve you well if you don't tip them. Next time they'll spit in your food or do some weird shit if you don't serve at the restaurant. Those clips have been seen here in India too, but with Indians, it's some of them weird guys. It's just because they want to do that, not because they are not getting tipped. Mercedes charges 180 per hour. GOR labor? What is GOR? Pradeep, bro, you can get the best weed in Shimla. It's exported. Okay, need to go to Shimla then. Uncle John versus Coach Ray. Coach Ray, all day long. Caleb Super Match Series, I like it. We need content creators showdown. Pradeep versus Roman. Yeah, that is something that needs to happen. And just that can be done under pay-per-view too. To see if the content creators, even though they suck at arm wrestling, if they can... That can be something like Bottom 8. I don't know, Devon, why... Bottom 8 1 was good. It was successful. At least I think so. Don't know why Devon stopped it. So that can be the new version of Bottom 8. Who can make it happen? Me versus Roman, Aussie versus Adam Silver. Yeah, get this job done. Get this done, man. Me versus Roman and me versus Kelly, Robert Kelly, back to back. I can beat both of them back to back. Not a problem. Gave me 2 matches. Pradeep, you can get the best weed. Okay. Weed. Isn't Goa the weed capital of India? I have no idea, brother. As I said, I have no clue at all where to buy that stuff from. I thought Goa was full with Western weed smokers. Alijan is not pulling in East versus West, I heard, so I don't think we'll be seeing Devon or Alex. Yeah, if we consider that, then everyone has announced that they're not going to pull. Did I read this chat? If Devon versus Vitaly happens, who would win? I did say Vitaly, right? Yeah, I did read that. Pradeep versus Anna, kickboxing. Yeah, I was thinking arm wrestling. She's one of the top 3 females in 80 kg division. I don't think I'll be able to beat her. Not at that level yet. But maybe left arm, she's pretty tough, man. Maybe left also. She's going to beat me. Right, for sure. Pradeep, can you beat Orden or Coach Ray? Come on, man. Of course not. Kickboxing, how about just regular boxing to start with? Man, I wanted to wrestle, but 3 things three most important things that you need to wrestle are totally messed up in my body. Number one, even though not many people say that, but since I have that problem, I can tell you knees are most important in wrestling more than anything else, because you're in crouched position all the time, and I cannot do that. Both of my knees have chondromalacia patella grade 4. Somebody search that on internet. Chondromalacia patella grade 4. So I cannot literally do that. It's impossible for me. And then the second most important thing would be your neck. My neck is broken and I have a skinny neck. Don't think it's even 15 inches. So 3 bones I broke in my neck in 2013 or 2012 I think it was. So that, and the third thing, most important thing is your shoulder. I have a shoulder and dislocation problem. I had it and I had a terrible surgery. So I'm totally messed up. I hate it. I want to have those. I would 100% have those cauliflower ears both sides if my body wasn't messed up. Sounds bad. Anything grade 4. Yeah. So patella is the thing between your kneecap and the knee joint that keeps the joint smooth, and that like the inside part of your kneecap. And grade 0 is like perfect. 1 little bit of damage, 2, 3, then 4 is the final stage where there is no cartilage left, like bone to bone contact, nothing is left in between. And I have that 4 in both of my knees since last 10 years, probably 10 years. We've gotten so far off topic right now. Yeah, the last 30 minutes are just to have fun. We already discussed that in last couple of live streams. If you don't tip DoorDash, okay. I was reading Doordarshan TV channel name here in India. If you don't tip DoorDash at least $1, they add extra spit. LOL. The cartilage. We've gotten so. Danik versus Coach Ray in Pro Panja. I don't think. Is Danik ready for Coach Ray? Maybe it's possible. Because even in Kazakhstan. No, but some guys like Nurdolat weren't there. But Danik is at that level where in Asian competition, even if everyone good is showing up, he can get a medal. He is at that level. So he's not beating Ustinov. Ustinov was lighter than him too. And then, of course, Nurdolat. Maybe there can be some others too. But in Asia, he can be top 5. In world, I think he's top 10. Easily top 10 in the world. In 80 kilos. So, can he beat Coach Ray? Maybe, maybe not. As of now, I would favor Coach Ray in that match, surely. Shaktiman. It's fun, I like it. Why isn't there a UFC fighter from India? Some have tried and they got knocked out. Pradeep, are you keeping arm wrestling alive for Indians? Keep the good work going. Thank you, sir. If you got paid $75,000 a month, how would you spend it? $75,000 a month? Supplements or rupees? I'm already making a lot more than that. Victor, you need to clarify your statement more. Alijan shouldn't quit his day job. He's holding out for big money that no one is going to pay him. Danik Pronation is top tier. He's good. Danik is good. Sylvester Stallone. Pradeep, quit whoring around. What did I do, man? That's the comment of the night. Humanized hamster. What did I say? Somebody remind me. I just joined. This is why sometimes I need to go back in chat. I'll pay $5 to watch Pradeep versus Roman, Aussie versus Adam. Book it. Arm wrestlers. There are going to be a lot of arm wrestlers that are going to be pissed off seeing something like this. They'll be pissed off seeing us get paid. And initially, for the first time, yeah, make it happen. Just the flights you need to cover. And that too, if the YouTuber, Instagrammer, if he's good enough that he can promote the fight. I think I am. So for the guys who are good enough, don't even pay them anything. Just invite them and don't do what Neil Pickup does. Don't make us pay for our own flights and than not paying us anything. That will not be tolerated. Even though I'm like the millionth best arm wrestler in the world in my weight category, still I wouldn't be traveling on my own expense to arm wrestle. Nope, not a chance. I've heard some elite arm wrestlers do when they go to East versus West to arm wrestle. Not elite, but like high level arm wrestlers. Like they're the big deals in their respective countries, just not at the world level. That's weird. I'll never do that. So just pay for that's the offer, no matter who the influencer is, or Aussie Roman YouTuber is, Aussie Roman, but Aussie and Adam, I don't think they'll be joining for free. But for guys like me, Roman also, I think we should be able to have that. Roman, I don't think anybody cares about Roman. Not many people have seen his face anyways. So I'm not sure if Roman is worth inviting here, because he's not a YouTuber himself. Like he does not do that shit anymore. So Roman is not a good option. Pradeep versus Henry, yeah, that's a good match. That's a good match. I'll take it on the left arm. At least he did something with his own face so that we can see or hear him. Roman never uploaded anything where we can hear his audio or see his face. So I'm not even sure if we can consider Roman a YouTuber. Pradeep. Okay, no. Let's go to the next comment. Prime Dennis versus current Hermes. Who will win? Yeah, I don't know what Alijan is doing, wasting his time waiting for no one to offer him a match because of his crazy expectations. Jeff Hale versus Levan. Jeff Hale versus Denik. Book it now. Jeff Hale versus Denik from India. I want that match. 80 kilo. Let them post the match on their channel. Get paid through views. Jeff Hale versus Sam Harris. Not Sam Harris. Not Jeff Hale. Denik from India versus Sam Harris. These are the kind of matches that I see. I would probably see Denik as the favorite against both of them. Who are the best arm wrestlers who are not heavyweights that can sell tickets? Not heavyweights. Sell tickets. That's a good question, man. You need to think about it. Coach Ray can sell a few. Ryan Bowen can sell a few. Mindogus, I don't think so. Prokopchuk, even though he doesn't say anything, but his presence, I will guess, should be able to sell a little bit of pay-per-views. I'm not sure. 75,000 to 7,500 a month, I think. I don't even know what that comment means, bro. What are you saying? $75,000 a year? Okay. A year, are you saying? If I get paid that much, what will I do with that money? I think that was your comment. I forgot what your comment was. So if I get paid $7,500 a year, then what will I do? As far as arm wrestling goes, I don't think I'll get juiced up for that. Because of that, juice is pretty inexpensive anyways. So I can do that even now. But then, in fact, last month I even discussed that with many, not many, 2-3 arm wrestlers. I was thinking about getting on TRT. I got the test done, the testosterone as expected, because I literally don't sleep, and I don't do any stuff that increases your testosterone. I don't work out, I don't go out, I don't create chaos, I don't actively look for new girlfriends. That kind of stuff I've heard increases your testosterone. So everything that you can expect that kills a testosterone. So mine was even below 300. In fact, I got it tested a little bit late in the evening. So I heard it can drop up to 20%. But even if I add that 20%, the test level was like 300 out of the range was 280 to 900 or 800 or something like that. So I was thinking about getting on TRT, but then because of some reason I had to drop that plan. It's a weird reason. Ricard versus Hermes in 2 years. How does it go? $2. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Casey Byrne. Ricard versus Hermes. Hermes will be too much, man. 2 years is not that big of a time. Hermes will destroy him. Try Ashwagandha. Yeah, I've heard, but Ashwagandha will maybe like make 5% difference mark at most. So what will I do with that money? What will I do with that money? I won't even say I leave the job. I am stuck in a government contract. I cannot leave my job, so because I can leave it even now if the contract allowed me to. So I can to be honest, I cannot do anything with that money. I don't have an expensive lifestyle. I literally have to if I have to spend that money on myself, I'll buy a property or something like that with it. I don't need a car. I did buy a car, although I didn't need to. It was like a $11,000 car, or maybe $12,000 car, less than that. I didn't need to, so I don't need a car, and I'm not a big fan of car anyways. Probably I'll buy a motorcycle, maybe a Ninja 1100 SX, or maybe even a Panigale. Italian beauty, my friend, Panigale. So that I would like to buy. And if I have to spend it on arm wrestling, then Mark's idea. I'll probably spend it on sponsoring someone who deserves it. I'll probably sponsor someone. But I'll make them work for it. I'll not just give them that money. I'll make them spend it all on weed. Rudra, do you think Vitaly is somewhat overrated as he's beaten by Hermes and Levan can crush him easily? Yes, but if we look at his ranking, where is he? Like 5, 6, 6 now? So in that sense, he's not overrated. If someone says he's going to destroy Devon, if someone says he's going to probably beat Levan or take rounds from him, then yeah, in that sense, he can be overrated. Pradeep, but we thought you worked on a scam call center. Yeah, that's my part-time job. That's what I do after my full-time job. Pradeep, did you bet on anyone? I've stopped that thing. Since I think the last bet was, I don't even remember when it was. Maybe Devon versus Levan first match. I had a $300 bet with Bob Brown from USA on Levan winning 6-0. You can say you can't break your contract at work. What happens if you stop showing up? I'll be put in jail for 3 to 6 months. Your background is fine, bro. Forget these people. We'll see what works better. I have never been to India. I've always wanted to go to one of these days here in the next couple of years. I'll hit you up when I'll arm wrestle, and I'll pay you to be my tour guide. Matthew, you're the man. That's interesting. I'm a big introvert. I discussed this with Mark lately. I'm thinking about trying to change my personality to be a little bit more extroverted, maybe. So yeah, that will be a good job for me, Mark. No, Matthew, not Mark. Vitaly is so scared. The background is professional and artsy. Nothing wrong with it. Somebody told me that Pradeep has intentionally tried to create these devil's wings, and these are horns, and Pradeep is a devil worshipper. I got these comments like a year or so ago when I started this thing. I was like, it was so weird. I just kept pasting them on the wall, and the design started getting weirder and weirder. So then I added another one. Okay, maybe that looks. Then I added one this side. So nothing was planned. I just kept on adding these things, and that's how it ended up. I have more. Maybe you have never seen that in the video, but take a look at this now. I have more on the wall. Pradeep is a classy human. So that $7,500 a month thing was good, man. I don't know. I cannot do anything with that money. Nothing. I'll probably say that I'll go out and eat chicken every day, maybe. Because chicken outside is expensive, so I can tell them to specifically make it for me without like too much masala and stuff like that, so that the stomach can tolerate and I can actually get the protein from it. I'll probably do that. Not that I cannot afford the chicken now, but I cannot afford it for them to tell me to make it for me separately, because whatever they are serving is shit. It's all bones and all curry and all masala. Like, I was like, bro, why would I want to eat? I'm not a dog. Why are you giving me only bones? There's literally no flesh in there. My mother brought this t-shirt for me. Shout out to my mother. Have you ever had a steak? No. Steak is what? Is it cow? Buffalo? What's that? T-shirt is. I heard red meat is better, and I was like thinking, red meat. Okay, what is red meat? I didn't know what is red meat, and then it gave a bunch of options like cow, pig, and a couple of lamb. I was like, bro, I cannot eat any of that. Even though I am non-vegetarian technically, but I've only eaten chicken and fish. So I'll spend a lot of money on that if you pay me that much money. I'm gonna start an arm wrestling club wherever you are. Buy 3 tables, chalk, deodorants, and just start once a week. Start a Facebook page. Is that a message for me, Mark? Okay, I get it. Deodorants. I was thinking about deodorants, man. The gym where I went to even today, your boy is getting massive, lean, not massive. AC is not working for a few days, and I was like, bro, get some deodorants at least, man. It's getting smelly in here because the weather is so humid right now. Humidity is like over 80% every single day, and temperature is over 30. So imagine working out in that thing. Deodorants, room fresheners, not deodorants. Start a Facebook page. Yep. Where I'm living, bro, there's not a single person. Okay, I'm not going to mention that. It was a funny comment, but people will start making weird assumptions if I do that. So, yeah, there's nobody there. No arm wrestlers there. Beef cow, yeah. So the buffalo meat, is that also called beef? I'm confused with this. Steak is cow meat, lots of protein and vitamins. Elk moose cow. Yes, bhai, okay. Arm wrestling club, I can join clubs too, but I'm such a lazy introvert. There are like good arm wrestling clubs, 20 kilometers, although those 20 kilometers will take you like 40 minutes to travel here in India. But still, there are many clubs, and I don't go there whenever I'm home for like a couple of months a week near Delhi. Goal 16-inch bicep by the end of year. Man, I still remember that one arm pull up goal. I think I'm going to terribly fail at that. I literally didn't do anything for the first 6 months except January. January, I trained well. Since I was on leave at that time for 21 days, I think I trained 20 days straight, non-stop, and I started to see some like physical changes and stuff. But then I literally didn't do anything, and the goal was last year I posted in December, can I get a one arm pull up by the end of this year? Let's see. Even if I don't get it, I've been training like at least 2 times a week since last 4-5 weeks now. Sometimes 3, sometimes 2. So for example, today I did since I already mentioned the knees are totally messed up, I did some stairs. That thing doesn't hurt my knees somehow magically, I don't know how. So the step master or stair master, whatever that machine is called, did 600 steps on that. 9 minutes, 600 steps. And then did some shoulders workout, did some single arm deadlift. I was checking how much can I single arm deadlift. There was 65 kilos total, 50 kilo on the bar and 15 kilo the bar weight, 65 kilo. I can easily do maybe like 5-6 reps with 65 kilos. I was hoping I could get at least 90 in the single arm deadlift, but I don't think I can. 80 should be easy. Like 5 reps with 60 kilos, it wasn't that difficult. So maybe I can get 80, but I don't think 80 is good at all. Want to get 100 single arm deadlift. That will look cool. 16-inch biceps, I'll have to get bigger for that. I don't think I want to get bigger. Maybe I want to get even smaller. I weigh 82.5 now. I'm planning on losing 2.5 kilos to look good. Start hosting. People will come at your home, have pakoras and chai. This is something when I invited people like 3 times at my home when I was on leave. I make sure that everyone who joins the practice is well fed. This is something I must do. Yeah, if I'm organizing, this is what I will do with that money, $7,500, organize big practices, and everyone, like literally everyone gets to order the food of their choice, or maybe you can get it cooked in our home too. And right from the refreshments to tea, coffee, and lunch after that, the full day, everyone is taken care of. Doesn't matter if it is 7 people or 700 people. That I can do with $7,500 a month. Pradeep has Balzumut on his wall. What are these wild cows called? Urs or Yukes? I've never heard these names. Pig is pork and chicken is called poultry. Buffalo is called bison. Start hosting, people will come. Gores. How much can you cheat curl? I did 70 kilos when I was 70, but I don't think I can do that now. Something weird has happened to my biceps. I literally cannot curl anything. I curled 10 kilos and it starts, there's a sharp pain in this area on both arms. And for whatever reason, it never went, even though I I had like 7 arm workouts every third day. So 21 days I had 7 arm workouts. By the 8th workout, you should imagine that this basic pain that it should be gone, but no, it never went away, and it wasn't like that. So at that time, at 70 kilos, I was able to cheat curl 70 kilos. I don't think I can do that now, even though I'm weighing much more, and I'm stronger than before. And pushing exercise, I suck at any kind of pushing exercise at all. If I can bench my own body weight, I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy guy. I can probably bench somewhere between 80 to 85 kilos. That's it. That's my body weight. Pull-ups, I need to get strong again. I was good at pull-ups. Of course, if you go online, you're going to see stuff that is going to make you look stupid. I saw someone who was it? An arm wrestler. He was doing like multiple reps with 60 kilos on pull-ups. I was like, that's crazy. But then I was also able to do not full range pull-ups, but if this is a full range pull-up, like straight arm like this, then I went down that much. So maybe you can say more than 2/3 range, or maybe even 3/4 range. 3/4 range neutral grip pull-ups. I was able to do like 15 reps with 20 kilos at one time. 2020 or 21 it was. 15 reps with 20 kilos weight, or one rep with 45, maybe even 50. I think I did 3 or 4 reps with 40. That was my best. So I'm assuming maybe I can get one rep with this 3/4 or 2/3 range, 3/4 range, one rep with 50 kilos at that time. So I'll try to, it will be good if I can get back to that level. 16 bicep goal for you. Is the chat not moving? What's going on? It's 2020, buddy. Stop living in the past. Yes, man. The past is all I have. I need to change stuff. I need to get strong again. Not that I was really strong at any point of time, but at least as much as I was before. Now I have knowledge. 2020, I didn't literally know I even need to have a little bit protein to build some muscle. Pradeep, I asked you earlier, maybe you didn't see. Do you think the behavior of Jody near the table is considered unprofessional? In the Prudnik match, it was, but now I don't mind it too much. I don't even see anything from Jody now, so how can I mind it? I watched that too. You watched what? So is Vitali coming? No, Vitali is not coming. I used to work out with 135 pounds on the barbell sets, 10 to 12 swinging on the last. Okay, swinging only on the last 2-3 reps. That's good. I got to wake up in 4 hours and head to the airport. Good night, guys. Thanks for joining, Mark. Bye. So yeah, 2 hours 17 minutes. One of the biggest lives I've ever done, unless it's a live stream event. So I'll be ending this now. 2 more minutes. What was that weird reason for not taking TRT? Okay, I need to tell you maybe now. Cyrus Francis. The weird reason for me considering TRT but not ended up dropping the plan is I couldn't find bacteriostatic water for HCG. And if someone doesn't know, HCG is for preventing fertility. I tried it everywhere. Not a good deal. Even though I can afford like 1,500 rupees, that's almost $20 for that one small 10 ml bacteriostatic water, and that will last me for a month. So $20 for a month is like nothing. But still, that thing, I know for a fact that thing costs, or it should cost like $2 or $4 at most. Then they're charging $20 for that. I was like, that's weird. Even in USA, I've heard it costs like less than that, maybe $5. and you're asking $20 for that in India. And the sterile water that comes with HCG, they say that it's good only for a couple of days, although people still use it for like 7-10 days, but it's no. So I couldn't solve the HCG problem. That's why I dropped the plan of TRT. But yeah, if you with, with the testosterone level that I had, I should definitely get on it. Maybe then finally I can build some muscle. These arms will not look like this with no definition at all. You have to have it in the refrigerator. Yes, that too. I did learn that. Even in the refrigerator, I'm talking about the refrigerator. It's good only for 2 days. I didn't mean you, Pradeep. I meant the guy is stuck in 2018 wishing Dennis would return. Yeah, that comment was valid for me as well. That comment was valid for me. I'm also stuck in the time when I could do a one arm pull up. Yes, Dennis unfortunately will never return to the peak 2018 form. He has no offense now. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for joining. This live stream was awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Alpha, J.R. Williams, Mark, the multi artist, school lady boy, Abhishek, American arm wrestler, Bob Anderson. I'll give you the highlight one more time. So the Baku, the organizer of the event, he has said that the venue is available. He's repeating again, and the venue is free, the hotel is free, accommodation, food, every food. He didn't mention food, but I'm guessing that is also going to be free. And sponsorship money is there for the Vitali versus Devon match. So he's requesting Devon, come on Devon, pull Vitali on August 30. 20 other athletes can't compete because you don't want to come to Baku. So this is what Robert Baxter told that guy. So Robert Baxter is trying to convince Devon to go to Baku, and he's saying that without Devon there is no event in Baku because they won't be able to sell the pay-per-views. And Devon is kind of using this as a leverage, as a thing to get leverage over the European arm wrestlers again, because they had the upper hand when they quit East versus West, and that was hurting the league. So I guess so that Devon is getting his revenge over those guys, and I don't mind that, even though in the short term it's kind of damaging because we won't get to see Devon versus Vitali. But yeah, the guys who quit for no reason, and I'll still consider this, that Devon is going to change the rules to his advantage. I do consider this as a reason. How many guys are going to compete against Devon anyways? Your best, Pradeep. So that's the highlight. So I don't mind Devon doing that, at least in the short term. Thank you, Inter. Good night. J.R. Williams, thanks for the super chat again, and to all others.